Okay, we're continuing with our project here. So, in order for the dash to come out, we've had to take the ductwork out of the floor. So, when you take all this out, it's pretty easy anyways. This unsnaps a little floor piece. It's got a little part that goes there. You unsnap that, peel the carpet back, and as you can tell, it's got one little rivet here, one on the other side, and it's got one on the carpet here that you'll have to remove. After you take these two on this side and those two on that side, you'll peel the carpet back, and after you peel the carpet back, the part just slides out. Okay, now in order to get the dashboard out, as you can tell, there's two bolts up here, and on the flip side, I'll show you. To get it out, we've had to take everything off of here. So here you have your cover for your windshield wipers. This is your cover here, and it's got these types of rivets here. You take the push pin out, and then it just comes out. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got 7 of those, and it's got some little clips here on the end where the end piece, this end piece connects to it right here. Okay, so, and you got, of course, the windshield wiper hose, and you'll have to unplug that off of here. Okay, now after we were pulling it off, we found out that there was more screws holding it up. So I had to take, there was a bracket here that had something here, and I had to unplug it to get to that bolt way back over there. And I'll show you what that bracket looks like. That bracket is right here. That bracket was in there just like this. So in order for you to take the bracket out, you'll have to take 1, 2, 3 bolts off. But before you take that off, you're going to have to unplug these. You're going to have to unplug these. Basically, you pull the lever back and it just unplugs itself. And if you'll take a look at these, it's kind of hard to not put them in the... These two plugs look the same, so but the wires only go so far this way and only so far this way, so it's not hard to... You could confuse them, but the length of the wire kind of guides you to connect them back the same way. This is what was on here, and those 3 plugs go here. Okay, after we remove that, after you remove that, this was, sorry, here, it just unsnaps. If you notice, it just unsnaps, and then you have another similar piece on the other side. It unsnaps. The windshield wipers. The windshield wipers, it has a nut, and then this little cover. This little cover just pops off. You put the nut on, and you've got your windshield wipers. We have to take those off. So we took the nut off, and to take the windshield wipers off, I had to use that to pull them off. Okay. Okay. So anyways, we finally got to that bolt over there, and we took the 2 bolts. I'm sorry. We took the 2 bolts that are behind here that I showed you earlier. Okay, those are the 2 bolts. Let me get in here. So if you come on this side, come on this side, that bolt that I was showing you is up there. Okay, that bolt that I was showing you, I don't know if you can see it, but it's way back over there. There's one bolt that needed to be removed off of this bracket here. There's one that needed to be removed off of this bracket here, and there's two up here that needed to be pulled off. These two. Took those two off, so I think we're ready to pull this thing loose. The only thing I've got left is the hoses. I was trying not to unhook my AC hoses, hoping that I could do this without unhooking my AC, but it looks like I'm not going to have a choice. So if you notice, the AC hoses are going through that firewall there, and I'm going to have to take those loose, and the only way I can take them loose is here and there, so I'm going to have to take my Freon out, and in order to reach that I have to make space, so I have to remove my intake. So I'm going to have to remove my intake so I can reach the hoses on the firewall. I think I'm going to go ahead and replace my spark plugs too, just because I'm going to have to take this off. I can actually reach my 3 spark plugs on the back. Spark plugs are between $5 and $12, give or take, each. And the intake gaskets, I think they're about 60 bucks. So here we go. I'll be back. Okay, so I had to remove the intake. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts. Got a hose back here, got a hose back here, got a hose here, and then hose here. Alright, so took the intake off. This is one of the hoses. You take this clip off and the hose slides out. It's another hose on the rear side of it. Okay. The other hose that goes from here to here, which has got hose clamps on both ends. I took that off. One end goes here, and the other end goes here. Okay. I figured since I'm taking it off, these fail quite a bit. All the time they crack. So I'm going to go ahead and replace them. So I purchased brand new hose and clamps, and I'm going to redo them. So I'm going to redo them from down there, starting from the bottom. There's one, here's another one. So I'm going to redo them, put new T's, and then I'm going to put them into the firewall. I had to remove the Freon lines, so I took the Freon out. High side, low side, had to remove the Freon. There's one nut here on the firewall, and it brings this loose from the air conditioner inside. Okay, now this I was able to pull the panel out. So what we got here. So this is the other side where the Freon connects. This is where the heater core hoses go to. Okay, and on this side had an additional plug that I didn't see when I was pulling it out. I had to get that off. Antenna, and I'm not sure what that is. Okay, so these really didn't want to risk breaking it, taking it out of there, so what I did, and just kind of let them hang there. So here's a heater core. It's actually firewall, and there it is. So now I need to try to figure out how to take it out of there. Again, 1, 2, 3 bolts, 4 bolts, 5. Steering column came out of there. 6 bolts, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 bolts. Oh, 12, 13, 14, 15 bolts holding this thing together. And I see my wire getting pinched there. Alright. Okay, well, let me take this heater core out and see.